The law of gravity predisposes that whatever goes up must come down. But here in Nigeria, it's a law that prices of goods and services don't obey. Weeks after fuel marketers began to hike price of petrol due to scarcity that resurfaced across the country, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company, that's NNPC, has approved an upward review in the pump price of petrol from 165 naira to 179 naira per litre, effective from this Tuesday. The NNPC, which directed fuel marketers to change the petrol price on their pumps immediately, also increased ex-depot price from 148 naira to 167 naira per litre. Jide, at last.
Yes, we had been
This
talking
cat
about
and mouse
this.
game.
We had been talking about this for about a week. We must have done three programs to talk about the fact that marketers were saying, no, this 165 naira per litre was no longer sensible because the landing costs had gone up. The people buying from private depot owners.
So the denials
those
from
private
NNPC,
depot owners were already selling to them, to independent marketers, at a price even above the official price. So what do you then expect them to do? I go to you as a depot owner, I buy petrol at 168 naira per litre. You then expect me to go down and sell at 165 naira per litre. Nobody does that. The high cost of diesel that we are buying in January at 255 naira per litre has gone up to 850, 780, 790, 1,000 per litre, depending on where you are buying. If you are buying in the northeast, it's 1,000 naira per litre in Maiduguri. So now people will lift petroleum product, they will lift petrol from Lagos, where the tank farms are localized. You are moving up north. You still expect them to sell
at 165.
At 165 with the high cost of diesel.
In spite of the petroleum equalization fund money.
Even if you bought that, those ones, they are even owing them more than 50 billion in claims unpaid. Now, you go to filling stations in Abuja, for example, you want them to sell between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. to ease the congestion in filling stations. But everyone knows that public electricity supply
is erratic.
In most cases, it doesn't even exist. They will now fill their tanks with about 100 liters a day and begin to sell at 6 a.m. If you must sell at 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., you will consume in that region. So who then pays for the extra cost of keeping the filling stations open for that long on diesel? On diesel. That's why they said, look, things have changed. We lift petrol in tankers, and tankers run on diesel, and diesel has become extremely expensive. A friend of mine who was building a house last year, when he was moving some equipment to the village, he spent 200,000 naira on the truck. Today, the same trucks are asking for 600,000 to move his things from Lagos to Kogi State. When you ask them what's the problem, they say it's diesel. Diesel cost, even for broadcast stations, has risen by 150% between January and now.
We have banks that they close 3 p.m. now.
Yes.
They don't close 4 o'clock again because they want to shut down.
So this is the situation. What do you expect?
Majid, for some weeks, I would just send somebody to go and buy like 25 liters gallon. And the person told me yesterday that I've been buying it for 200 naira. That's why he goes and he can come back on time. For ease of everything, cars will just drive into the filling station. And people accepted that fit.
we have the major marketers and NMPC. Then we have the independent marketers. The independent marketers have been selling well above they were selling like 180, 190. I just came back from Oshun. Of course, we saw in Oshogbo. Most of the filling stations in Oshogbo is minimum 180. That is the minimum, except Bovas.
In Kano, 200, 220.
Yes. Bovas and I think
Owerri, 250.
That Adulak, the filling station there.
Yes.
Yes, 200.
So Bovas is a depot now.
Yeah. So
people don't understand when they say, Bovas is the place to go. She's a depot owner. You don't
a big time player.
Yes, as a depot owner, she will of course get it cheaper than the independent people.
But even at that, Jide, we should give kudos to that the owner, because she can also have some of these independent markets also have their own depots, but they still sell higher. Honestly, because but I even want to say that even with the present prices, they are still not sustainable because they are still subsidized. And until we unravel the fraud in the amount of fuel we consume on a daily basis, then because some people profit from that subsidy regime. And that's why the NMPC cannot come out today and tell us, or the DPR, they can't tell us this is the volume of petroleum products we consume on a daily basis. So there is so much racketeering.
No, they will come out and tell you whether we believe is a different thing. They told the Senate. The Senate president came out and said, I do not agree that we are consuming up to 100 million liters a day.
How?
Even the minister said he does not agree with the figure.
And
no
they use
sensible
that figure,
person will
and they
believe
use
that figure.
100 million.
To determine the amount of subsidy.
So that you
can see the fraud.
You can see the fraud. Now, all the gains we ought to have made with the increase in the cost in crude oil prices has gone on to subsidy. We have not saved a kobo.
People are gaining from the Ukraine war, but Nigeria is
losing.
Honestly.
At $100 per barrel.
We are meant to be cashing out.
We are meant to be cashing out because our budget was benchmarked at 58. So we should be making at least $30 on each barrel, apart from the fact that we also have some shutdowns. So we are not even able to meet our quota.
All right. We'll take this break. When we come back, we'll talk more. It's still Journalist Hangout. We'll be right back after this time out. Stay with us. Thank you for staying with us. This is Journalist Hangout. Jide, I want us to talk about the price adjustments.
Yes. What they have also done is what we said before, that look, it makes no sense to assume that we can sell petrol at the same price across the whole country. So now they are saying that in the southwest, it should be sold at 179 naira per liter, representing an increase of 14 naira. Yeah. In the northwest, they are saying that it should be sold at 184 naira per liter. That's 19 naira increment. Northeast, 189. That is the highest. That's representing 24 naira increment. Then south, 179 per liter, 14 naira increment, just like the southwest. North central, 179 per liter, representing 14 naira increment. Southeast, 184 naira per liter, representing 19 naira increment. Then Abuja, 165 naira, 174 naira per liter, representing 9 naira increase. Then Lagos, finally Lagos, 169 naira, representing just 4 naira increment. The question people are asking is, how come in the southwest the price is higher than Abuja, given the fact that the tank farms are located here? How? Yes. Because you have to move from here to Abuja.
Yes,
so how come you are saying they should sell at 174 naira in Abuja and that they should sell in 179 naira in the southwest? Because when you look at the distance, the southwest is closer to the source of the product.
I want to believe they made a mistake there because I think it's something they will still adjust. But it's in black and white. I also did the same issue.
And the same thing, the southeast.
So-
The southeast is 184.
Yeah.
So southeast and northwest, they are to sell at the same price.
They will burn more diesel transporting it from Lagos to
To the
Abuja,
northwest.
to the northwest and the north central and even Abuja. From Lagos to Abuja is minimum of 8 hours for a fast-moving car. Talk less of a.
When we started, we said in Nigeria, anything,
Yeah. People
now,
can understand.
That means
See our friends in the southeast.
Yeah.
If you go on social media now, you can see what they are saying. That the southeast is closer to Lagos than the
north.
than the far north. Yet they are to sell at 184 and the same price as the northwest. Just 3 naira, just 5 naira difference with the northeast.
we just pray that the inflation we are experiencing now, that this increment does not affect everything across.
No, there is no way it won't affect. There is no way it won't affect.
At a point, you will see almost everybody will be selling at 189 at that max, the maximum this thing, because it's now between what I was at Mobile this morning, one of the mobile filling stations I bought at 170. So I think it's only NMPC that will sell at 169. But the others, you see from 170, even some will sell at 175 in Lagos. So it will range between that 169 and 189.
All right.